Well, hello Spyro fans, and welcome back to part 4 of Let's Play Spyro Reignited Trilogy. In the previous part, we cleared out the Peacekeeper's home, as well as completed Night Flight and Dry Canyon. So now we are going to be going on to Clifftown. So here we go. I really love the animations that Spyro does when you enter a level. You know, like it does like a loop and charges down. Which I think is something that Spyro did in the original games, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he did. However, here we go, we're onto Clifftown, which has actually always been a level I've actually enjoyed as well. Which, to be fair, I actually enjoy all levels of Spyro 1. In fact, I pretty much enjoy all Spyro levels altogether. There are certain levels I don't really care for. Like, for example, I can't really think of any Spyro 1 levels I don't care for. Only one I really can think of is possibly, let me think, Terry's Village, or Jack's, or I don't know how you pronounce that boss, is it? I think it's Jack's? Jacques? I don't know. I'm terrible with pronunciation, guys, so you have to excuse that, but yeah, them two levels maybe. I'd say from Spyro 2, possibly Scorch. If I had to say one's my least favourite. However, there's one level I'm actually not a fan of in the whole trilogy, which is totally not my favourite level at all. In fact, totally my least favourite out of the whole franchise probably. And of course it's Lost Fleet. I don't know why, I just found the level pretty boring. I don't know why, I just did.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
But as I was saying, guys, Lost Fleet is just never been a level I've been a fan of. I don't know why, I find the skateboarding mission a bit tedious, I just find the level design a bit bland and boring, it's just not my type of level at all. So I'd say any least favourite level as well, it's got, in the whole franchise, it's got to be Lost Fleet for me. And another thing as well, speaking of that, Spyro Reignited Trilogy uses the PAL and Greatest Hits soundtrack in Spyro 3 as well, which is Year of the Dragon. Which is actually pretty interesting they actually did that, and it's actually a pretty good thing they actually did that, although I do prefer the original soundtrack, speaking of the dreaded Lost Fleet level again, so instead of the slower version or slightly altered version of Sheila's Alps, which in my opinion does not fit Lost Fleet at all. I actually much prefer the original soundtrack to that, but I really want to stop talking about that level because, as I say, it's my least favourite and I don't want to spend the whole level speaking about level. Wait, if that makes sense, whole level speaking about level, okay. So here we go, rescue Enzo.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Which is like, I don't know, it's a very friendly approach. Oh, why don't we just glide there and find out? Which is exactly what I'm going to do, sir, so. And also I thought in the original game, this is actually the level that actually showed off the technology that they actually got put into the original game. You know, where objects actually draw in the distance instead of other games which use fog, distant fog, which makes you can't see much in the distance, but this actually draws lower resolution textures in the far distance, which was actually a really nice thing that they actually did to the original Spyro game, which give it lots of justice graphically. Which of course that does not need to be done now in the PS4 era, because of course draw distance and stuff has improved vastly to the amount where you shouldn't have to incorporate such technology into a game anymore, so, or a game engine, as I say.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Highest point in Clifftown. I won't exactly say so, because I'd actually say over there is actually the highest point in Clifftown, so interestingly enough. And of course there's gems hidden behind here, which I actually always used to struggle to find. I was like, where's the missing gems in Clifftown? And they turned out to be behind here, which is actually quite a well hidden area. And of course I did that thing again where you end up pressing triangle to try to hover, which I need to remember that this is not Spyro 2 and Year of the Dragon. This is Spyro 1, and you cannot do that in Spyro 1, Marcus. So I just need to glide over here to collect these last treasures, which shouldn't be too much of a difficult task. So there's 20 here, and I should be able to light this firework from down here. Yeah, correct. So that's that treasure chest popped, so hopefully that should be the rest of the gems, and I should not have to rely on Spark's gem finder again. It looks like I might have to, because there's still some gems missing. And of course they have to be over there. These are actually the gems I miss all the time. Oh, and I can see where the last two gems are, so needn't I worry about that. A green and a blue, which is all I need to make the last 7 gems, which, here we go. That's all 400 gems complete, so now I just need to run back to the return home portal, which I previously mentioned that I do all the time. When I could just exit out of the level, but for some reason I've just got this habit of going to the return home portal. I think it's because I play too much Crash, because I am actually play a lot of Crash, so that's probably where I've got this habit from. So the next level we are going to be doing is of course Ice Cavern, which is actually a level I've always actually really loved. I don't know why, I just love snow levels in all sorts of games, but Ice Cavern just seems to be something special. I like the level design of it, I like the theming of it, the music. Definitely one of my favourite levels in the game. Although I would still call Dry Canyon my favourite level, despite the existence of this level, so it's entirely each to their own, I'd say, so that's the only way we can respect each other, to actually respect what we all like best.
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
But Spyro does not need to grow big because he's pretty agile, so there's actually no reason for him to grow big, because I'd actually say that he wouldn't perform as good as his big, because of course he uses his flame ability. And speaking of flame ability, I actually find Spyro 2 to actually be a little bit harder with the super flame on at times. Because not having the super flame on seems to give a slightly wider spread of flame, whereas it seems a bit more directional. You know, seems to be more concentrated on a certain spot if you're using super flame in Spyro 2.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
So of course the dragons are giving Spyro all the best ideas, which actually, this one's actually giving you it in the right time, so you're well prepared. Unlike in Dark Hollow, it gives you the advice after you had to deal with the enemies, so that was kind of like hilarious. However, this is not the case in this level, so maybe it goes to show that they actually made this level after they made Dark Hollow, so they've actually learned as they go along. That's the original Insomniac team, that is. And I nearly got hit here. Now, some of you guys might find this strange, but I somehow seem to like it when Sparks is green. Because I actually like the light on my controller being green. Because I think the DualShock controller actually looks quite nice with the light being green. So that is actually probably pretty odd, but odd reason to like Sparks green, but anyway.
Thank you for releasing me.
And of course it's another dragon that goes, "Thank you for releasing me." Which of course Insomniac had to push the luck in Spyro 2 and had to put it in Fracture Hills. And trust me to get squashed. However, what I loved was when speaking of the controller light, one thing I really loved when that actually did sort of like crack me up a bit when Spyro Reignited Trilogy first come out, everybody were posting in the Spyro the Dragon fan club page on Facebook saying, "I thought that my controller battery was dying." So people were obviously getting hit by we're losing sparks. So we didn't have any health left, and so obviously the controller light on the DualShock 4 went red. So people were thinking that the battery were dying, which is... Although I actually did know that before they released the game, because it was actually posted on that page before, but not everybody is bound to actually see every post on the page, because I mean a lot of people do post on that page, so you definitely cannot expect to be seeing everything. And to be fairly honest, social media can keep you busy, so not everybody's going to see everything because of that either, but that was actually pretty funny that people actually thought that the controller was dying because they didn't have sparks, so anyway, here's Asher.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
So of course this is something I also discovered a lot later on as well. There's actually a hidden area up here, which is actually quite a lot of a level if you think about it. And also the scream of these knocks falling off I actually quite like in Reignited Trilogy as well. Unlike the screams of when the lab assistants got kicked down and you pretty much killed the lab assistants in... How did I not die there? in Crash Insane Trilogy. I actually like the original scream of Crash Bandicoot Lab Assistants being killed. Now that might sound totally awful of me to actually like the scream of somebody being killed, but that was actually one thing I actually liked in the original Crash games, so. Which I actually wish they'd have kept in Reignited Trilogy. Or Insane Trilogy, I keep mixing the two up. Which is something I really need to stop doing. And how come I'm missing a gem again? Of which I need to get sparks to find.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
To toast Nasty Nork. Anyway. I now need to try to find some sparks. Here we go. So, find out where these gems are at. Actually, the gem's in here. How did I miss that? For some reason, I keep missing on gems in totally random places that I should not be missing. But anyway, that's Ice Cavern completed. Which just leaves the boss, which is of course Dr. Shemp, which is probably my favourite boss in the original Spyro game. Which hopefully I'll be able to get the skill point on. Which I should be able to get a skill point on. If I don't, never mind, but hopefully I actually will be able to get the skill point on Dr. Shemp. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mess about with the cheats a bit. So now he's got tiny head and small wings, so he actually looks obese. It's actually made Spyro look overweight, but I just thought it'd actually be funny just to confront Dr. Shemp like this, so. And another thing is as well, if you're using cheats in this game, it does not void. You're getting trophies and achievements, which is a pretty nice feature. Because I can remember in GTA 5, if you activated one cheat code, even if you disabled it, you still couldn't unlock any trophies or achievements once you've activated the cheat, unless you restart the game. However, this does not have an impact on Spyro Reignited Trilogy, even if you were to activate the cheat for 99 lives. Which may sound like it's making the game a bit easy, but it's actually pretty generous. And to be honest, game overs are not something that actually regularly happens in Spyro. So I don't think the 99 lives cheat actually makes that much of a difference anyway, but it is actually kind of like an interesting feature that you can activate cheats and still get trophies. So. I admire the views up here. With our tiny-headed, tiny-winged Spyro, or overweight Spyro, whatever you want to call him. Fat Spyro. Yeah, I like that, Fat Spyro.
Dr. Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
I actually feel sorry for these dragons. They must have been so bored, like being in the same position constantly. I'd say this is actually one of the most challenging bosses in the game, although I will say that in Reignited Trilogy they've actually made Metalhead harder. Which is actually a pretty interesting one. I keep forgetting his patterns of movement. Of course he spins on this one, and of course he swings a stick on the next one, so. Yes! I knew I'd get the skill point because I've like defeated Dr. Shemp so many times, but he's like my favourite boss, so. So that should be all the rest of the treasure. No, it's not. So where's the rest of it then? There's a chest down here. And there's a chest in here. And there's a fat mama here. So there are 10 treasure missing. Which is actually towards the start of a level. Which is... How the heck did I miss that? So that is that. It is Dr. Shemp fully completed, which of course I am actually going to just exit out of the level. Oh, because it'd only mean having to backtrack through the whole level again, which is quite a distance, because Dr. Shemp is actually quite a long level if you're going to start doing things like that, so... I think I might revert Spyro back to how he was before, so... Yeah, so I'll put Spyro back to how he was, but of course I'm going to keep the sunglasses throughout this playthrough, so here we go, that is... Peacekeeper's fully completed, where now I'm going to move on to my favourite homeworld. What the heck has happened here? That was a funny glitch. Where I now go on to...
Can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
So now I'm moving on to Magic Crafter's world, which is, of course, my favourite homeworld in the original Spyro game. Because I've always been a lover of Magic Crafters, so here we go. Magic Crafter's world, which of course I will see you in part 5. So of course for now, thank you so much for watching, and again, I hope you enjoyed this part, so if you did, please stay tuned for Magic Crafters, which is, of course, such an awesome place, so... Once again, thank you, so I'll see you all in the next part.